Hello everyone, I am Peppino here for more Kerbal Space Program, and I said we had an exciting mission coming up, and we do. At least I think it's exciting. Uh, Today we are going to be doing a little probing, and specifically we are going to be probing Duna. That's right, we will be putting a landing probe uh, on Duna, and this is the design of the Kerbnik Deep Space Satellite, but I have converted the satellite on top into a landing probe that I think actually weighs a little less. So, my theory is that considering this got the satellite into orbit, it should be able to get the landing probe on a trajectory where we can land it on Duna's surface, and we will learn many valuable things, such as how easy it's going to be to land with parachutes on Duna, which will be helpful to know in the future, as well as things like temperature and barometric pressure, gravity, and all of that good stuff. So, here we go. Launching in 3, 2, 1. There we go, and we've got lots of solid fuel boosters going, so we'll back up so that it's not overly loud. I've got the rocket volume to 1% now, and it's still fairly loud. I want to keep it on because I don't want to have it completely on, because I think it definitely adds to the game, but we just have to back up a little bit so that we can hear. So then I'm just going to wait till I detach the solid fuel boosters, and once we do that, that's what it looks like if you have a camera behind a rocket, by the way. Just in case anyone was wondering, we'll back up a little bit. There's lots of exhaust. There we go. There go all of the solid fuel boosters we just had. And here goes our rocket. Now it's going to take a little while to get up out of Kerbin's sphere of influence. So what I can do is I will just wait until that time comes, and then I will bring you guys back. So we'll be right back. Okay, so our apoapsis is rising quickly, and there we go. Now we gotta watch our sun apoapsis, and it's gonna meet up with Mars, or Duna, sorry, meet up with Duna pretty soon. Oh, went a little farther than I would like. So now I'm just gonna bring that down a bit, and then we're gonna wait until we have an encounter, which could take a while of orbiting. So, sorry about that. So, what I'm gonna have to do is just wait, and I will not make you guys watch that. But anyway, we gotta get turned around here first and bring our apoapsis in. We burned a little too far. The good news, however, is we have more than enough fuel for this mission, so that's just what I had hoped for. Bad news is Duna's not on a trajectory where we're going to be able to intersect it right away. Alright, our apoapsis is coming down. Oh, stop. Right there. Alright, so now we've got that, and we can start speeding up time. Turn on our SAS to keep the vehicle under control. And there we go. Time warp. And now let's just speed it up all the way as high as we can. And then we will see where this orbit around takes us. If we are gonna be lined up for a encounter anytime soon. So just gotta pass this arrow, then this arrow will reset for our next closest approach, and hopefully it will reset somewhere in that area. Then we can do a burn, and like I said, we have plenty of fuel left, so we're doing good. on that, which means this design could go possibly farther than Duna, and that means we could possibly send a probe to Lathe, uh, moon of Jewel. Oh, there we go, that reset. Alright, well, this could be a little while until I figure out what I gotta do to get an encounter. So I'm gonna bring you guys back once I think I'm close. Be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we are lining ourselves up here for a possible encounter. I am burning slowly, and we gotta just focus ourselves right where we want to be, which is right in the middle of that green circle there, and we watch our closest approach numbers drop, hopefully to low enough to get an encounter. And come on, keep dropping, keep dropping. Alright, and we're bringing it in. No, oh, we're not going to be quite close enough for an encounter. What we could do is now this is going to be a problem. The ship is hard to control. I could do some burns that could possibly bring that number, that approach down, but I'm not actually really able to control the ship well enough to do a lot of those right now. So I'm gonna try going this way, and this is a random guess. Basically, I'm gonna burn in different directions until the number starts to go down. I know that's very scientific of me, but that's what I'm gonna do. There we go, it's starting to go down. See, whoops. And come on, stop spinning. Now it's starting to go back up. And what we gotta see is, can we get it to go down anymore or not? Now, I could make this a lot easier to control if I got rid of this stage of the ship. But that would also waste a lot of fuel. Alright, well, let's see if we can get it closer here. We want to get it close. Nope, still no. Alright. Come on. The problem is I have to burn to get control of the ship, and most of the time when I burn to do that, that's going to raise our distance for our approach. Now I know this ship's probably not the most efficient, and people who play this game and know what they're doing are probably angry at me for being inefficient, but you know what, that's fine. Alright, there we go. Now our closest approach is, oh, well, it was coming down. That's gonna keep bringing it up. Come on, I'm trying to turn this around so it goes the other direction. Oh, well, maybe not. There we go, we're bringing it in. Oh, and now it disappeared. You know, let's keep doing this. Now let's see if we can bring it back once this gets up here. There we go, we brought it back, except for now it's very far away. I'm gonna have to do some tweaking with which directions we're burning and things like that to bring this down to where we can possibly get an encounter. So I'm gonna be right back as I try to figure this out, because it could take me a little while to get a handle on which direction I actually have to go, especially with how difficult to control this thing is. Oh, alright, here it's coming down. Now I know it may. Oh, stop, 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 stop. I was burning too fast there. That is my fault. But I think we can remedy that with a quick burn in the opposite direction. And we should have our encounter, so I guess I won't need to leave while I fix that. There we go. We got our encounter and a nice low enough periapsis. We could see if we can bring that down. No? Oh, alright, well, 18 million is pretty good. Now, we're going to time warp around until we have our encounter. And once we have our encounter, we just need to turn it from an encounter into a collision, basically. We want to collide into the planet, but deploy a parachute so that it's a nice slow collision and we come down for a landing. And then, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, we will have our first ever thing landed on another planet. So I'll be right back once we get all the way around this rotation. Okay, we are now coming in for an approach, and we've got our encounter lined up here. And now we need to slow down our time warp here once we get real close. And alright, pretty soon we will have our encounter. One day. And now we will slow down time back to close to normal. And wait for it. Wait for it. Right about there. There's our encounter. Alright. So we have plenty of time till we get to our periapsis. And so let's zoom in and figure out which direction we're going to have to burn in. And we're going to want to burn... Oh, turn off our SAS. We're going to want to burn going... not the way we're going right now. This way. Right here. And I found the quickest way to come in for a landing is to burn between the target and the opposite direction of where you're going. The opposite direction's down here, and the planet that we are being influenced by, burning straight towards it, is always going to be at the top of that orange circle. And so you can see our periapsis dropping very quickly. And that'll be good once we get that. And I had basically an entire stage of fuel that I'm not going to need. I'm not going to be able to land with that fuel because the probe won't use it. So that fuel is just going to stay, or it's probably going to crash into Duna actually, but that's fine. We don't need it. It's a nice thing about this is you have unlimited money. at least for now. In the future, this game's going to add a career mode where you don't, but for right now, we will take advantage of it while we can, and not worry about the fact that we're going to crash our stuff into Duna, because we are going to hopefully, if everything goes well, again, I don't want to jinx it, but if everything goes well, we're going to land a probe on Duna. Now, I want to start just slowing straight down now. Come on. True. Down. There we go. Just like that's good enough. Alright. Right, like this. And what I'm gonna do to make the landing possibly a little easier is I'm gonna leave, or try to leave, our periapsis right around a couple thousand, like that. That way we will be able to deploy our chutes and slow down as we enter the atmosphere.